Roll the script out.
Okay, we're recording. Hey,
Okay.
yay. Welcome to the Squeak Factory, you guys. This is your DJ Serena. I'm live here at the House of Blues with Shaun and Alex from Crash Midnight. Welcome, you guys. How are you?
We're great.
We're excellent. Thank
My
you.
face
Thank you
hurts.
for asking. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm actually really glad that I got a chance to be here tonight. So tell us about you guys. How old were you guys when you picked up instruments?
Oh man, I must have been like 10. You know what I mean? Just like not super young. I think 10 is like the perfect age because they actually can play. Any younger than that is a little too young.
See, I'm going to say I was 9 because I'm better than Alex.
He's one better. He's one better. He's one better.
And I'm going to say 9 is kind of money, you know. But now I'm thinking of like having my kid pick it up in utero because I think that might be kind of money. Yeah, right. Or maybe just not pick it up ever.
In utero, meaning like, I mean, are you going to take some headphones and play them some old school Nirvana?
Yeah, I was just going to say, no, I'm just going to have him listen to Nirvana. And be like, don't play like that.
You know, I have a question. Where do you find, like, you guys, your inspiration for the band stems from?
I think it stems from all the stuff that we get ourselves into. Like, I mean, any given night, we're doing something ridiculous. You know, like tonight we were about to kill everybody in the band, and then we were about to, you know, to go crazy on stage, and then we fell flat on our face, and we picked ourselves back up, and then I got hit in the face. And then I continue to pick myself. Yeah. But it's just everything that we have these songs written about is something to do with some experience we had with the band. So I think it all comes from living this life.
Very cool.
For whatever that's worth.
The leather jacket life. The leather jacket life.
The leather jacket life. Define what you mean by leather jacket life.
We like to let people run with that and think of like their own, you know, imagery.
Yeah, I mean, I like to wear leather jackets all the time.
Hey, there you go.
We were on tour with Seven Dust in August. He brought his leather jacket.
Yes. No, I did not just one. I brought like 3.
He brought like 3 leather jackets, and I'm like, bro, like I obviously wasn't wearing sleeves. It was hot. I was not wearing jeans. I was wearing athletic shorts. It's like 100 degrees in the middle of, you know, flyover state country.
Well, you just don't have the same dedication that
I don't, man. He really wants to wear that leather jacket. He will wear that leather jacket regardless.
That's kind of awesome. I'm just saying that's really kind of awesome. Did you guys plan on the band? I mean, how long have you guys been together?
We've been together like, what, almost 10 years
Oh, my
now?
God, exactly, yeah. I thought, you know, I joined this band. It's funny. I joined this band, you know, way back in the day. You know, obviously they're from Boston. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. And, you know, I went out to Boston to start a band and go to college and stuff. And, you know, I met these guys when I was 18.
One of those things.
Yeah, right. I did 2 of them. 2.5. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, I joined up when I was 18, you know, graduated. I did graduate from college, but, you know. Yay! And then I left Boston, and they had a series of a couple other guitarists, and they called me back to redo the album a couple years ago. And the rest
Here I am drinking beer in the House of Blues.
It's awesome. And yes, indeed, here you guys are, having a beer, sitting back, doing an interview in the House of Blues. That's fucking awesome. When did you guys know that you, like, absolutely wanted to go into music full-time? How old are you?
Good question. I think probably like 18 or 19 was when I really started getting serious. I was in and out of music, like, all during being a teenager, and then I think it was when I was just upset with what was on the radio. Like, I wanted to hear, you know, another hard blues rock and roll band, and it was just not happening, especially late 90s, early 2000s. It just wasn't happening. So I was like, fuck it, you know, if nobody else is going to do it, I'm going to do it. It seems to be the motto of this band.
Yeah, exactly. I can't do anything else, so I don't really have a choice.
I have a limited skill set.
I can't, yeah. Spelling and math escape me.
You know, I understand math escapes me too, so it's okay. Yeah. It's okay.
She's got spelling down. Spell check.
No, spell check, yeah, spell check gets me in trouble. So.
Like, is that so Minneapolis, really?
No,
the other day.
When you went into music full time, is that also around the time that you knew that you wanted to play professionally as well, like and have like the rock and roll lifestyle, go on tour and so forth?
Well, I think everything either of us has ever done, and pretty much everybody in this band, like, you either do it all the way or you don't. And so, you know, I mean, he was going to college, but it was a different lifestyle from everybody else that was going to that college. And we ended up piling like 5, sometimes 6 guys into a little 2-bedroom apartment in Boston.
There were girls there as well.
Yeah.
No. Just, you know, just 20 guys, just in the room, shoulder to shoulder,
living the life.
But
take it out,
playing Kenny Loggins.
They get except for leather jackets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody's wearing a leather jacket. It's August. Okay, it's smelling fresh as you can imagine. Playing some Freddie Mercury. We're having a good time.
Freddie Mercury.
But
that's what every song is about.
Mustaches. No, I think it was really just kind of we all threw ourselves into this and we're like, if we're going to do this, we're really going to do this, then the only way to do it is to have the real stories, the real life experiences to come from. Because, there's so much stuff out there that people like meet in, I don't know, like marketing rooms and try to decide what's going to sell the most albums. We just said, you know what, we're going to have the experiences kind of similar to all the heroes that we had. And
who are your heroes?
It's a huge, huge list.
Right.
But
I mean, when I grew up playing like punk bands, like the Dead Kennedys, and the cool thing about punk rock is like you can literally play guitar for 6 months and get on stage and join a band.
Sometimes
you know what I mean? Yeah. Usually sometimes less. You better got fast to pick it up.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. Heroes, top 5. Shaun.
Top 5. All right. So the way I split this up is I always have to leave.
You stall like because you can't think of 5.
No, I can think of Actually, I'm probably stalling. No, I split it up as like my punk influences and my more like 70s rock influences, and they kind of weave together a little bit. But on the punk side, it's like definitely New York Dolls and Iggy Pop.
Okay.
And then it's like 2.5 with the Dead Boys because I probably owe them like lyrical credit on shit. So, and then on the rock side, you can obviously hear the very, very like heavy Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith stuff on that. And then the last one is kind of bridges both of them into a band called Hanoi Rocks. And to me, they are just like what I pull so many ideas from. And the Rolling Stones are in there too. You're gonna hear more of that as we get going. But that's I don't know. I guess that's my 6 or 7.
Right.
That's okay.
Follow directions well.
That's okay.
Commented that you had a very Steven Tyler-esque stage presence.
I did. When we were watching guys on stage, I said, he reminds me of Steven Tyler. Like, I mean, and I've never seen Aerosmith before. But growing up, obviously, I'm 35. Sorry, I'm probably the oldest person in the room. But growing up, you're watching all those videos. It's like you see that, and it's like, hey, he actually really just like screams it. Like he's nailing that, like a little bit of like a persona. And I was just like, this is fucking awesome.
No, I appreciate it. It took a long time for me to kind of come into my own on that. Like when we first started, it was definitely very, very derivative of Guns N' Roses. There's still like definitely that element to that.
It is still very derivative.
It's still very derivative. But I think as we kind of any band sounds exactly like what their main influence is when you start. Everybody sounds like somebody, and then you kind of start delving into who inspired our influences to have that sound, or you start getting into other stuff too,
right.
And it all creeps in. I mean, we've got stuff that's ripped right from like old 70s Alice Cooper. We've got stuff that's pulled from the Eagles and Joe Walsh and that stuff, which we like just ran with. And I mean, there's just so many things that we pull from, and that's kind of what our album's all about, is taking everything that we thought was cool and slamming it all together into this sound.
Okay, I have to ask you, do you all write the songs together, or do you just write your songs? Do you and Alex write them?
I don't even need these guys. No.
No. He really doesn't.
Alex sits there and brushes his hair. No, it's very organic the way that it happens. The formula for writing these songs is mainly Alex, Bo, and myself. And pretty much all the lyrics are written by me, but they're always run through Alex, and especially Bo, who is kind of like the cheesy meter, and he's like, he won't let me get away with anything. Anything sounds a little iffy, and he's like, get that the fuck out of there. So, and then musically, sometimes Alex will have an amazing riff, sometimes I'll have like an idea for a riff that Alex can just take and run with, and he usually kind of has the hard rock guitar stuff come in and just makes it sound.
I noticed a lot of the harder stuff coming from you.
Just rocking.
I noticed that you were hard. So yeah. But I mean, it's really cool because the same thing happens with every song. Like whoever brings the initial idea to the table, it gets raped and mangled, and
everybody yells at each other.
Yeah, until it turns into something that's nowhere near what you brought to the table, but it sounds like us. And it's so cool to like watch that process happen with every new song.
Right.
And Bo is amazing with like the groove sections, the melodic ideas that he has on the bass make these songs. There was even a point in our mixing stuff where I didn't think the bass was high enough, and so I boosted it up, and like just listening to the stuff that he played, it still blows me away. Like his melodic ideas are fantastic. And so he usually throws in any like interludes, breakdowns, all that kind of stuff, intercession. Whatever, I don't know.
Intercourse.
He puts in all the intercourse.
in his songs.
You just missed at the beginning of the Pretty Reckless.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I think I asked it. Maybe I didn't. How old were you when you first started playing shows? Did I already ask that?
Yeah, I don't know. No, you didn't ask that. When I was I think I started playing my first shows when I was like, probably about, I'd say 15. You know, I played in a punk band called the Ken Starr Report. We sounded a lot like the Dead Kennedys. And it was funny because there's a super...
We sounded a lot like the Dead
Kennedys.
Kennedys.
Yeah, we sounded a lot like the Dead Kennedys. There was like a super punk rock venue in Columbus called Bernie's Distillery. Like, that's where... I don't know if you guys know, are big fans of freaking the Vandals, but they have an album called Weekend at Bernie's. It was recorded there as, you know, big, huge punk rock thing. And yeah, you know, we would play there on the weekends.
Still looking for an age.
You know, I was 15. And we played there. My mom would drop me off,
okay.
And we would
maybe I'm drunk. I don't know.
Get really drunk, actually. Sorry, Mom.
Not when you were 15.
It's okay. I won't tell because I don't know if your mom listens to RadioRiff.com, so that's okay. Your secret's safe with us, and I'll make sure to edit a few things out. Yeah.
No, please keep it all. For the record, I was about 19, I think. I started later. Yeah.
Okay, I was actually just going to ask, were your parents also very supportive of your shows? Were there, like, house rules? If you play a show, do you have to make sure your ass is up for school the next morning?
Well, I currently do not have to worry about my ass being up for school, but no, honestly, my parents were so supportive of everything that I've ever done. I mean, they will come to our shows. We actually have a good story about that. So we were, where the hell were we? We were at maybe 2 or 3 dates ago, so that would put us in like Minneapolis.
It wasn't the Vandals, it was the Queers, of course. I was like, it isn't the Vandals. The punk rock band. Go back to the last question. I'm sorry. edit. I was like,
maybe you could splice that in there.
What did I say? The Vandals.
Let me Google this.
I opened up that show. It was awesome.
All right. Well, anyway. So I think it was when we were in Minneapolis. We went out to a bar, and Alex and I were drinking, and we were like, oh, we're closing down. What was it, like Don Pablo's?
Yeah, so we closed down at Don Pablo's. It was like suburban Minneapolis.
And so he did the whole like Facebook thing of tagging us in there, and then he tagged my girlfriend in there and saying that she got kicked out.
The girlfriend is in Boston right now.
She's in Boston, so it was just a joke. So I get a call from my mom the next day. She's like, is Bianca in Minneapolis with you guys? What's... You know, and we're like, no, it was a joke, and I was like, oh, we should tag his mom in like the city we're in now.
And she calls Shaun like, Shaun, you know, it might have been in Soho.
So they follow us closely.
Right.
Like, I mean, my father has helped us open up so many doors and stuff with like anything that he can. If he had to help us with some of our first like shows, getting some of our first merch, helping us get a touring band, like it's just he's always been there and very supportive of us.
That's really
awesome. So Alex's mom has always been there. We've been very, very lucky to have such support because it's very tough to do without it.
I agree. I definitely agree. So that's was the next thing about asking was actually about do your parents come to shows, but you already answered that.
Yeah, I know. We can't keep them away. It's kind of a problem sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Like sometimes they yell at me.
But is it a good thing that they're yelling at you for?
It probably in the long run. I would assume.
Why'd you hit him with your guitar?
Exactly.
Does he have a bruise? Does he need to go to the ER?
He probably needs medical attention. Yeah.
I know someone who could help with that.
Or he's just a big. I don't know if you can put that in the interview. Alex.
No. Yeah, we're web radio. Don't censor yourself.
It's okay. It's okay. I say fuck on a regular basis, and one of our loyal listeners, her name's actually Vox. She does the Serena fuck count. So Serena said fuck how many times? Oh shit, we're up to 26.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We should start doing that.
Yeah. You gotta put a penny in the jar, dude.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a great question. You guys said you were on tour with Seven Dust in August. You're on tour with Adelaide Is Way and the Pretty Reckless tonight, and then until
November.
I know, right? I know one of those.
Until November. Okay, so how many times other than those two have you been on tour?
You know, we did a tour when I was like when we first started this band like 10 years ago. And that was a lot of fun.
A nightmare.
Yeah, I had fun, but the rental car was in Shaun's name, so it was a nightmare for him.
Yes. All right. So we played a show in Albany. I can't even remember.
Philadelphia.
No. Well, you're skipping stories. I'm
doing
where we
destroyed
the vehicle.
Oh right.
Oh yeah, but also we destroyed it again.
We destroyed the vehicle 2 times that tour. It was rented.
So we had brought a roadie on tour, Great kid. Was like, oh, I've driven before, all this kind of stuff. I'm used to all these big bands. So like, okay, great. So we play the show. Like, we don't have to worry about it. We can all drink, like, have a good time, whatever, and hang out. And then he's gonna drive us after. He doesn't get out of the parking lot. He takes the turn way too tight, hits like a crash, like all down the entire side, super dead. Rental van, and I'm just like, what? Get the hell out!
The van isn't his name.
It's in my name.
I thought he did.
Everybody was like, how? I'm like, yeah, fuck. So that started, and then we continued on, and we got to Philadelphia, and then I, fall asleep. These white devils grab the freaking keys.
White devils.
Yes. Start driving down in search of cheesesteak.
Because we're in Philadelphia, one in Rome.
Oh, yeah, and I can't say who was driving because I think there's still a statute of limitations.
But we had a member of the band was driving.
A member
may or may not be in the band anymore.
Yes. And there's a lot of those. So, so apparently he was just careening off of cars in Philadelphia. We're sorry, Philadelphia. We love you.
He hit a couple parked cars in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and destroyed the other side of the vehicle.
That's insane.
Luckily, our drummer at the time knew somebody at a body shop who had no problem working on a vehicle that was not ours, and fixed it before we went back to the rental place. But yes, that was our.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was our first story.
What so far has been your favorite venue to play? I mean, do you normally like the House of Blues? Do you normally like little dive bars?
I mean, all right. So there's a couple different things. Like we really, really like playing First Avenue in Minneapolis because that's kind of our home. Like those bars that are much more of. No, it's not a bar. It's the clubs that are like the mid-level clubs. That's where you pack all the rock fans in and they go crazy. I think as beautiful as like the House of Blues are, or like Midland was gorgeous.
I don't know what Midland is.
Midland's in Kansas City.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I know. Pretty good. I'm not as drunk as you.
Right.
Still drunk though. Anyway, it's I mean that is just a gorgeous building. I think they said it was built in the 20s or 30s or something, and just so much history behind that.
Hmm?
And it's beautiful, but it's kind of too nice for us.
Yeah.
So and the crowd
if I wasn't in a band, I'd be kicked out of there.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we like the gritty rock clubs because that's where the fans really come, and you just see a different reaction in those clubs. As great as the other ones are,
right.
I mean, I just feel like
all of them have been fantastic, honestly.
They really have.
They really have. Like you can't really, there really hasn't been a bad crowd on this tour.
Yeah.
Like they do a great job of there's a line out the door every single show, and everybody's all packed in, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, and it's a very cool cross section of fans too, because you have like a lot of the younger girls that maybe saw Taylor on the Gossip Girl show or Cindy Lou Who, I don't know, whatever. But then there's also like the the guys that are just in there because like they really like the music, or they really are here for like Rick and Adelita's Way and those guys who are just bringing it every night. And it's very interesting seeing that crowd, and we get to see it a lot on our shows because you see the girls kind of moving more towards the more up tempo or like the groovier songs and stuff, and then we go into stuff like Mr. Brownstone, and you see like all of a sudden hands going up all over the place in different areas of the because those people recognize you, like, oh, the 13-year-olds didn't quite get that one.
Probably better.
Yeah, probably better that they didn't.
It's definitely probably better, but I don't know maybe if the 13-year-olds are really supposed to be getting Taylor. No offense, Taylor. So if you had 5 top cities that you haven't played,
are there any of them left yet? I don't know.
That you haven't played, whether it be states. Well,
is one of those.
What about stateside, or you can go out?
Outside. I'm going to say Japan.
I'm going to say Japan. Yeah, never been to Japan. That sounds awesome.
Japan's not a city.
Japan is not a city. Edit. Japan is not a city. We'll play Tokyo.
I love the city of Japan is awesome. The country of Africa.
The country of Africa. There's only 7 countries. What are they talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, we go to Japan.
Oh my God, I'm gonna start weeping in a minute. And okay, when did you guys get here today? How are you liking the Windy City so far?
It's very windy, actually. It was windy on the drive here. It was.
Was it?
I drove.
Remember. Oh, so you would know. All right, fair enough. I was busy doing other things on the drive. I don't remember.
Fair enough. And did you guys already say that you mentioned that you may or may not have played in Chicago before?
Oh, I played in Chicago before.
I have not played in Chicago before. This is my first time.
Okay, so was that with the band that you played with before?
Yeah, it was with a couple of other bands, but I did the Metro. Was fucking awesome.
Never
Elbow Room. Is it called Elbow Room? Mm-hmm. Elbow Room was sweet. And we did one more, and the name escapes me. That place was fun too.
That's okay. So, and
it's
your
kind
first
of like
time
near
in Chicago. How are you enjoying it?
Well, I wanted to get out and actually kind of see more stuff, but so far all we've been able to do is be in the venue because we got here late.
Yeah.
As per usual.
we got really drunk in St. Louis last night. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a long night in St. Louis.
Very nice. And, you know, I'm just going to skip that because we've kind of already, like, gone over that. I have to ask, what do you guys do as a band just to stay bonded other than drink?
What do we do to what was the question?
Just stay bonded.
Oh, to stay bonded.
Like, you into bonded.
I did not. You heard DJ Timmy in the background from Timmy's Time Warp. But no, not bondage. Bondage, just like other than fight, you fight?
Yeah, we fight. We definitely fight. I mean, everybody fights if you're together, you know, for a long enough time. You're going to piss each other off or something. But usually that actually comes out to be a great show. Like last night was, you know, there were a lot of tensions in the band just because we had a lot of issues going on. They were building up, but it did not, well, actually, it helped the show a lot. Everybody got on there and was so locked in with their guitars tuned, ready to go for but no, I think, you know, you kind of ride off whatever energy's going on. And even negative energy can be, I mean, that's why you get into music, is you want to get some sort of energy out, and you know, that is a perfect vehicle to do that. Get on stage and play your ass off, because you've got so many other things going on in your life, whether it's, you know, girls or family or, you know, whatever it is, you know, your job, if you're still doing that thing, like this is your chance to get out there and just let it all out. And
that's awesome. I try to do that. I as a DJ, I try to do that every weekend. Just whatever the week's done, just thrash it out on Sunday nights.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we do.
I can definitely respect that. So, okay, I had a look on Amazon, and I saw that your EP is actually due to be released on November 18th. Are you guys excited about that?
Yes, we're very excited about it because we keep trying to get CDs for everybody here, and we don't have them. So this is a big deal for us to finally be able to get the CDs out. Because every night it's like, oh, you know, do you guys have an album? Do you have an album? Do you have an album?
I can say personally, from my own perspective, the digital copy is better because it doesn't get scratched.
Well, that's true, but when you go to the concerts, and I would have thought that, oh, you know, everybody tells us the album's dead, nobody's buying a physical copy, all that.
Right.
Every concert, where it's like 50, 100 people, like whoever, they all want an album. They keep coming by, oh, you guys remember that? Oh, okay, you know, and off they go. And it's just, I mean, it's encouraging.
Yeah, it really is, because I don't buy CDs.
Yeah.
You want memorabilia.
Memorabilia is definitely something that you want.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know how that stuff is really going to translate to being in stores, but I do know as far as shows, I mean, everybody wanted a CD, so, which we keep telling our label. So, if you're listening, send us CD.
I'm not going to give him an ultimatum. He's really cool.
Other than your EP coming out, do you have any other projects in the works that you can or want to talk about?
Alex has a sweet diorama going.
Yeah. Paper mache mainly, but no other projects.
Hey, I mean, you know, paper mache is kind of cool.
Yeah, it seems like I don't have the patience to really do that.
Alex kind of is my project right now.
Is there anything else that you guys want our loyal listeners to know? I'm looking at the timer on this thing. We've been talking about 20-something minutes.
That's cool. That's how we roll. Just where they can find us and stuff. We've got crashmidnight.com is where the hub for everything. But we are all very active on Facebook. We all have our individual profiles on Facebook, and we love talking with everybody. And we're huge on Twitter. Like
you guys are huge on Twitter. We actually follow each other on Twitter.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
I'm proud of that.
I think I'm proud of that too, because I was really bad about it. I got banned from Twitter once.
Did you?
I'm surprised we haven't, actually.
Yeah, I know. We get banned from everything else.
I know.
Well, okay, hey, I don't want to keep you guys. I'm sure you're hungry, probably tired, because you guys rocked really hard tonight. I want to thank you, obviously, for having me here and giving me a chance to get an interview done. Ladies and gentlemen, loyal listeners, you heard it here first on the Squeak Factor on RadioRiff.com. This has been Shaun and Alex of Crash Midnight. You guys want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, good night,
goodbye,
or good morning,
goodbye,
wherever you
goodbye.
are.
Make sure to check out Amazon.com on on November 18th to purchase their album. You can also follow them on Twitter at Crash Midnight and on Facebook, and that's facebook.com/Crash Midnight, and also the band's own website, crashmidnight.com.
Wow, you did a way better job.
Yeah, I know, right? I was going to say, it's very succinct. You just kind of rambled.